Show me your moves!
Hello everybody, ArashiYT here and welcome to Show Me Your Moves, the series where I will be featuring one move from Pokemon, explaining what the move does, which Pokemon can learn it, and we'll dive in more in how I would use it in the competitive format. Now, of course, this is all based on my personal preference and opinion, but be free to try these out for yourself if you want to try to innovate and experiment with certain moves in Pokemon. Now, in this episode of Show Me Your Moves, we're going to featuring one of my favorite moves in Pokemon, and that is Skill Swap. Now, what Skill Swap does is it basically swaps your ability with the opponent Pokemon. Now, I have used this move in a draft league like 1.5 years ago in the IBA, if I'm not mistaken, where I've used Grumpig, and Grumpig used a skill swap on a Togekiss, and with that we obtained the Serene Grace ability. And like, skill swap is very fun to use because it can catch the opponent off guard, because you won't see skill swap that many times, and that's why I like moves like this, because the opponent won't suspect you bringing something like this, and then you can, you know, catch your opponent off guard. And it actually can also most of the time help you out by maybe getting an ability that can help out your Pokemon. Now let's take a look at some of the Pokemon that can learn Skill Swap. So we have like Aromatisse, we have Beheeyem, Bronzong, we have Butterfree, Celebi learns it as well, Cofagrigus, Drifblim, we have like Dusknoir, we have Espeon, we have Gardevoir, Gengar, Gotorita, Gurgeist, Hatterene, Jirachi can learn it, Mew can learn it obviously, we have Mr. Mime and the Galarian form of Mr. Mime, Mr. Rhyme, Orbeetle, Pumpkaboo, Ribombee, Runerigus, Sigilyph, Slowpoke, so that is going to mean that Slowking and Slowbro is going to learn this move once those Galarian forms are going to come out. Swoobat, Sylveon, Satu, a lot of Pokemon can learn this move. Now, if you want to use Skill Swap based on what I've done in the past, I would suggest using a Pokemon that is very fast, so you can try to, you know, activate Skill Swap right away by outspeeding your opponent. And most of the time, if you're going to do this, if you're going to use a Pokemon that can learn Skill Swap, try to use a Pokemon that has a terrible ability, or if it has like good abilities, try to pick the worst from the abilities that it has, because you don't want to give your opponent an advantage by skill swapping your ability to them. Now, I've taken some examples from some Pokemon that can learn skill swap in how I would use it, and I will probably use one of these Pokemon in upcoming Showdown Live sessions. So if we're going to take a look at some of the Pokemons that can learn Skill Swap, and my apologies because my laptop is very slow at the moment, but if we're going to take a look at some of the Pokemon, I have here 6 examples of Pokemon that can learn Skill Swap. Now, first off, we're going to take a look at Ribombee. Now, Ribombee is an amazing Pokemon, but the only flaw that Ribombee has is his ability. His abilities are Honey Gather, Shield Dust, and Sweet Veil. Now, Sweet Veil kind of works because that Pokemon can't be asleep, but if you really want to troll your opponents, try to bring Honey Gather and try to use Skill Swap. Now, Ribombee is very fast, so there's a chance you might, you know, be able to catch your opponent off guard right away from the start. I would still run like a Focus Sash set, so you have like an ability to maybe, you know, use Skill Swap, and then if your opponent doesn't have any answers, you could actually maybe take advantage of that. So I would probably use like a Focus Sash set, and then probably like Bug Buzz, like maybe a Calm Mind, maybe Baton Pass even, to get some, you know, momentum going. But I think Skill Swap on Ribombee could be very fun to use. Now, another Pokemon that could be very fun to use is Gurgeist. Now we have the Gurgeist Small here because Gurgeist Small is very fast. And then we have the ability Pickup here, because Pickup is a very useless ability. So try to learn, try to use Skill Swap with Pickup here, and then give your opponent Pickup, and your opponent will probably be like, what the hell is going on? So for the rest, you can use like a set that you're used to, Goo Guys, so leftovers, and then, you know, like stuff like, let me actually see, like Seed Bomb. It gets Seed Bomb, right? Like Seed Bomb, like Shadow Sneak maybe, and then you could use something else like Will-O-Wisp. You can also use like Trick and maybe run like, no, that doesn't work. If you use Trick with something like a Choice Scarf or something like that, there's no way you can use a Skill Swap. But Goo Guys Small is pretty fun. I think you can also like use a bigger form of Goo Guys, but I would use Goo Guys Small because it's a little bit faster than the other ones, and then maybe you can actually catch your Pokemon off guard. Now, the next two Pokemon are probably one of the two I'm going to use in an upcoming Showdown Live session with the Skill Swap, and that's Orbeetle and Mr. Rime. Now, I really want to use Mr. Rime in an upcoming Showdown Live session, so I might try it out with that. But Orbeetle is pretty fast for it being a good defensive Pokemon. And with Skill Swap, again, it has like Frisk and Swamp, which are pretty good abilities, but Telepathy, not really that much. So Telepathy, Skill Swap, try to use the Skill Swap right away and try to catch your Pokemon off guard. Same goes with Mr. Mime, and I would use Tangled Feet or Ice Body if you're gonna use Skill Swap Mr. Rime, because Screen Cleaner, you don't want to give your opponent Screen Cleaner. And I don't know if Screen Cleaner is one of the moves you can't swap with Skill Swap, because there are some abilities that doesn't work with Skill Swap, and those are what you can see here on the screen, which are Battle Bond, Comatose, Disguise, Gold Missile, Hunger Switch, Ice Face, Illusion, Multitype, Power Construct, Archaea System, Schooling, Shields Down, Stance Change, Wonder Guard, and Sand Mode. So you can actually give your opponent Screen Cleaner. Now, that really doesn't mind, because I would use Screen Cleaner, because you could Screen Cleaner and then you can use a Skill Swap, so you could actually, I haven't thought about that, because it only works on switching. So if you switch in your Mr. Rime and your opponent has like Aurora Fill or like Reflect or like Light Screen, it will remove those, and then you can get Skill Swap and try to steal the ability of your opponent's Pokemon. And if they want to switch out, that will reset their ability, so there's no way in hell they can use Screen Cleaner to your advantage. So that is something I might actually be able to try out in one of my Showdown Live sessions. I'm very, very, very hyped for that, so be expecting that in the near future. Then we have Swoobat, of course, with the Klutz ability. Klutz, this Pokemon's held item, has no effect except Macho Race. Fling cannot be used. So if you actually use Clutch with Skill Swap, I think that means that your opponent's item doesn't work anymore, and that can be actually huge. So Swoobat with Skill Swap could actually be very fun to use by negating the held item from your opponent. I think it works like that. I think if you give Clutch with Skill Swap on your opponent, those items doesn't work. And then we have Drifblim here, because I really like Drifblim, and Drifblim is a really gimmicky mon, so I would, you know, be using a Drifblim with Skill Swap just to, you know, try to troll my opponents a little bit. But that's how I would use Skill Swap with the Pokemons that we have here. So again, I will probably do a Pokemon Showdown Live session with Skill Swap and Screen Cleaner, and hopefully we can actually make that work. But if you have any suggestions for me in terms of which move I should showcase in Show Me Your Moves, let me know in the comment section below, and I will see what I can do. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, share this video with others, slash the subscribe button down below, and hit that bell icon, because then you get notified every time I upload a new video, and that is sincerely appreciated. And if you have used Skill Swap with the examples that I've shown here, let me know on Twitter or in the comment section below as well, because I'm always hyped to see your guys' opinion on these matters. But with that being said, I'm going to end this video off here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next Show Me Your Moves.